Awesome, good stuff. So we're going to come on over. We'll start this morning at the top of our mat again. So similar to what we did yesterday, a few little funky poses that we're going to build in today. And we're going to have a little bit of fun. So coming on up to the front of our mat, we'll take a little roll out through the shoulders. And we're going to start just opening out into our Tadasana or mountain pose. So make sure your weight is evenly spread between your feet. Maybe just patting from side to side for a moment. Finding a nice even central spot. Maybe a little rock back and forth might feel good. Maybe a big deep breath in, maybe a sigh out. Maybe another one like that, big deep breath in. And we'll start off with a little roll through the neck, just to ease out any tension through the neck. I know I was sitting a lot at a desk yesterday, peering at a computer screen. My neck feels a bit cranky with me. So we'll start just dropping our chin down to our chest, just nice and gently. You can take a smaller range of motion if this doesn't feel so great. Or you can even just keep hands just underneath your chin, just for a little bit of support here. Dropping chin to chest, and then drop the left ear to the left shoulder. And then we'll lift on up. So we'll drop the chin to the chest again. And then we'll drop right ear to right shoulder. So nice slow movement here. Inhale, lifting on up. Beautiful. From here, we're going to drop left ear to left shoulder. Take the chin to the chest, little roll through, and then right ear to right shoulder. Lift on up. Let's take it the other direction. So we'll go right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, and roll through, left ear to left shoulder. Coming on back up, nice and slow and controlled there, as with any movement through the neck. Take a little roll through the shoulders. Inhale to lift on up. And then exhale, cactus the arms down behind. You may look up, roll the shoulders back slightly. Inhale to lift on up. Bring the hands down to heart center. Let's take one more. Inhale, lifting on up. And then exhale, take that little baby back bend again. Inhale to lift on up. Bring the hands down. Take a little roll out through the shoulders. Beautiful. Exhale, release the hands on down. And then clasp them behind your back. Reaching on down, take a little baby back bend here. So push the hands on down past the butt if you can. Keep the core on. Keep things nice and controlled in the core. Inhale to lift on up. Inhale, lift the arms on up overhead. Clasp them overhead in this little pistol grip shape. So the fingers point out. And exhale, release hands over to the right hand side. Take a little side bend here. Inhale to lift on up, and then exhale, take it over to the left. Beautiful, take another breath or two here. Inhale to lift on up, releasing the hands on down. Take that roll through the shoulders again, open out. We'll take 2 breaths here, so the shoulders should be starting to feel a bit more open here. One more big deep breath in. And out. Beautiful. Inhale, let's lift the arms on up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, we take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on our right leg. So popping that right knee down to the mat. And then inhale, lifting on up, low lunge. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. A little bit of an opening through the hip flexors. Keep the core on. Exhale, hands coming down to that front of the knee. Inhale, looking up. And then exhale, round through. Inhale, looking up. You can lift the arms if you like, little cactus. Exhale to round through. Inhale, lifting on up, looking up. And then exhale to round through. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up, look up. And then exhale, release the hands on down to the mat. Planting the right hand down on the floor, lift the left arm up. We take a little circle here, so bring it forward, bring it up, bring it down, and bring it back up again. Release it down to the mat. Heel toe that front foot to the outside. I'm going to take it into a little lizard dragon lunge here. So, hands to the inside of that front foot, and you can push that front knee out to the side a little bit more if you like, getting a bit of a stretch. Take another breath or two here. Exhale, release the hand down to the mat, stepping it back. Take a little round of cat-cow here. So inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round through. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round through. So we're going to get into all the little tight spots, shoulders and hips today. So we're going to roll on forward. Exhale, lower on down to the mat, elbows in by your side. Bring the hands to the outside edges of your mat. Inhale to lift up, striking cobra. Exhale, drop the left shoulder down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, drop the right shoulder. Inhale to lift. Releasing on down to the mat. Bring the hands on in by your ribs and pushing on up to down dog. Beautiful. Take a little pedal out here through the feet if that feels good. So keep the shoulders away from the ears. Engage through the lats. Take another breath or two here. The lats are those muscles down the back of your ribs. Take another breath or two here. Coming back to center. Sink the hips down or up. Heels come down if they can. You can keep a slight bend in the knees if that feels better. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, lifting on up to tiptoes. Drawing right knee in towards your chest. Lift up through that back heel. Stepping on through. Give it a helping hand if you need. Inhale, lifting on up, crescent lunge. Take a little bob up and down here if that feels good. That's it. Take another breath or two here. A little bit of warmth through the body. Exhale, release the hands on down to the mat, stepping forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale, lifting on up. Bring the hands to heart center. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Inhale, lift the arms on up. Exhale, release it down to the floor. Taking a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the left leg. Beautiful. Dropping that back knee down to the floor. Inhale to lift. That's it. Sink the hips forward and down. A little bit of a stretch through the hip flexors. Keep the core on here. Keep the core engaged. It's going to help keep you stable. Bring the hands down to your front knee. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale, rounding through. As you round, it will deepen the stretch through the hip flexor. Inhale, and exhale. That's it. Inhale, and exhale. That's it. Inhale, looking up. Bring the arms on up. That's it. Exhale, bring it on down. Inhale, looking up. Then exhale, bring the hands down to the inside of that front foot. Heel toe the front foot to the diagonal if you like. Sink the hips forward and down again, coming into that little dragon lizard lunge. So you've got an option to push the knee to the outside if that feels good. Take another breath or two here. That's it. And exhale, release the hand on down to the mat. Bring that front leg back. And we roll forward into a plank position here. So lowering on all the way down to the mat with control. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to lower. Let's bring the hands to the outside edges of your mat. Inhale to lift. Exhale, release that right shoulder. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, release the left shoulder. Inhale and exhale to lower. Hands come back in onto your mat. Tucking the toes under, pushing back. Down dog. Strong through the body, strong through the core. Take another breath or two or three or four here. Take a little pedal out, might feel good. Beautiful, coming back to center. Inhale, let's lift on up to tiptoes, left knee to nose, and roll it forward, step it through. Inhale, lifting on up, crescent lunge. That's it, take a little moment here. Strong core, working through the body here. Exhale, release the hands on down to the mat, stepping forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift on all the way up, bringing the hands to heart center. Taking a couple of breaths here. That's it, inhale, lift the arms on up, and then exhale, folding forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Plant the hands, stepping back, right leg. Beautiful. Let's take that back knee down to the floor. Inhale to lift on up. Hands come down, round. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to round through. Inhale to lift. Release the hands on down to the inside. Heel toe that foot around. Coming into our twist and pushing that knee to the outside. So my left hand is on the inside of my left knee. Beautiful, release it on down. Coming back to all fours, and we lower on down to the mat. Just a little cobra this time, so roll the shoulders back. Really engage the muscles in your back. Exhale to lower. Tuck the toes under, pushing back, down dog. That's it, lifting on up through the hips. Core is on. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, this time around we're going to lift the right leg to the sky. Bring the knee to the nose and step it on through. That's it, once you arrive, set your feet, lifting on up. Strong core, strong body. Take another couple of breaths here. That's it. Exhale, release the hands on down to the mat, stepping forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift all the way up. Bring the hands to heart center, taking a couple of breaths here. We have one more round of this simple flow on the second side. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to fold. Use the bend of your knees to help you fold. Half lift. Folding. Stepping back on the left leg this time. Dropping the left knee down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to cactus. Inhale to round. Lifting on up. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and out. In, and out. In, we lift up. Out, and release it down to the mat. Coming into our twist, so lifting on up. We didn't do this on the other side. Let's take that little circle of the arm. Beautiful, one more little circle, and then release it on down to the inside. Heel toe that front foot to the outside, to the diagonal. Sink the hips forward and down if that feels okay. Use that hand to push it out to the outside. Beautiful, one or two more breaths here. Release it on down and step it on back. Beautiful, let's come into our plank on our knees. So roll the body forward slightly if you need. Core is on here. Exhale, lower on down to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, release. Legs engage here, so my kneecaps are off the floor. Inhale, lift. And then exhale to lower. Tuck the toes under, pushing back up to down dog. Beautiful, take another couple of breaths here. Pedal out through the feet. That's it. And from here, inhale, lifting up through our left leg here. That's it. Bring knee to nose and stepping through. Inhale, lifting on up, crescent lunge. Wobbles welcome here. Beautiful. Take another couple of breaths here. That's it. Exhale, release the hands on down to the mat, stepping forward. Taking a halfway lift and fold. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up. Bring hands to heart center. Taking another couple of breaths here. Beautiful. Take a little moment. Reset if you need. Beautiful. 1 or 2 more breaths here. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the right leg. From here, inhale, let's lift up into that twist. Beautiful. Setting it up. Take that little roll through the shoulder. Beautiful. 1 more. Lifting it on up, planting that right hand down. We're going to heel toe that front foot part way around, coming into a little modified side plank here. So from here, Cleopatra pose. You can drop that bottom knee down if that feels better for you. Wherever you are here, either full length or on the knee, we're going to drop the hips on down, lifting on up. 1 more, drop the hips down, lift on up. Bring it up and around, down dog. Rolling it forward, high plank, high to low. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Pretty strong transitions there, so stay with it. If you can, or modify where you need. Inhale, lifting up the right leg. Exhale, bring that knee across the body. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose, stepping it on through. Inhale, lifting on up, crescent lunge. That's it, little bob up and down if you need. And we twist towards the front leg, flip reverse. Beautiful. Windmill it all the way around. Warrior 2. Flip and reverse. Come back to center, reach to Trikonasana. That's it, take another breath or 2 here. Inhale, let's rise, coming back, Warrior 2. Flip reverse. Windmill all the way around to the mat. Lift that back heel up, standing splits as we step it on through. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Strong core, hands to heart center. Take another breath or 2 here. Inhale, let's lift the arms on up. Exhale, folding. Take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the left leg this time. That's it. Lifting on up into that twist. Beautiful. From here, planting that left hand down. Bring that right foot part way down. Coming into our little Cleopatra pose here. Bottom knee can drop down if you would like. Drop the hips. Inhale to lift. Exhale, drop the hips. Inhale to lift. 1 more. Drop the hips. Inhale to lift, bring it on around, stepping it back, down dog. Take another breath or 2 or 3 here. Rolling it on forward, high plank. Lower on down. Inhale, up dog or cobra, take your pick. Exhale, back through to down dog. Strong core here. Beautiful, strong core, shoulders are stable. Inhale, let's lift up. Left leg. Exhale, bring the knee to the opposite elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring knee to nose, stepping it on through. Inhale, lifting on up, crescent lunge. Take a couple of breaths here. That's it. Twisting towards that front leg. We windmill the arms all the way around. That's it. Windmill them around, dropping the back heel down. Beautiful. Flip and reverse. Coming back to center. Reach. Straighten the front leg to Trikonasana. Take another breath or 2 or 3 here. Beautiful. Inhale, let's rise. Flip, reverse. Exhale, windmill all the way around to the mat. Lift the back heel, standing splits. Exhale, release it down with control. Take a halfway lift and fold. Inhale to lift. Hands to heart center. Take another couple of breaths here. We're going to do this once more on each side. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale, releasing. Taking a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the right foot. Beautiful. Coming into that twist. Lift the left arm up. Heel toe that foot partway down. Adjust, Cleopatra. Drop the hips. Lift it on up. Working through the hips here. Drop the hips. Lift on up. One more here. Drop the hips. Lift on up. Release it down to the mat. Step it back. Down dog. We roll it forward. High plank. High to low. Inhale. Up dog. Or cobra, of course. Exhale. Back through to down dog. Take another breath or 3 here. Inhale, let's lift up, left leg, or right leg, sorry, we better go right leg first. Changing over to right if you come up on your left. Bring the knee to the opposite elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to nose, step it on through. That's it, inhale, lifting on up, crescent lunge. Take another breath or 2 here. Twisting towards that front leg. Windmill it on around. Drop the back heel down, open out, warrior 2. Flip and reverse. Exhale, coming back to center. Reach, Trikonasana. Take another breath or 4 here. That's it. Lifting on up, bend that front knee, reverse. Exhale, windmill all the way on around, standing splits. From here, here's your challenge. Let's go. You can bend that standing leg slightly, lift it on in, lift it on up. We come up to a stalk pose without touching that foot down if you can. Beautiful, keep that left leg strong. We twist towards the left leg. Wobbles welcome here. Beautiful. And slowly releasing. Take a little breath here, rolling out through the shoulders if you need. Unrolling your leggings if they've started to roll down like mine. Take another breath or 2 here. Inhale, lift the arms on up, and then exhale, folding. Inhale, we take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the left leg. Beautiful. Let's take that twist. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Looking out to the side. Plant the hand, step that foot partway down. Rolling onto the blade edge of your left foot. Or drop the knee down. Drop the hips. Inhale to lift. We've got 2 more here. Drop the hips. Inhale to lift. Core is on here. Last one. And bring it on around. Stepping it back. Down dog. Keep the shoulders away from the ears here. Beautiful. Rolling it on forward, high to low plank. Inhale and exhale. That's it. Take another breath or 3 here. Inhale, let's lift the left leg high to the sky. That's it. Bring knee to nose. Bring it to the opposite elbow. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring knee to nose. Step it through this time. Inhale, lifting on up. That's it. Nice work. Crescent. Beautiful. Twisting towards the front leg. Flip, reverse, windmill. Warrior 2. Reverse that warrior. Coming back to center, straighten through the front leg, reach. Trikonasana. Take another breath or 3 here. That's it. Inhale, lifting on up, reverse. Windmill all the way around to the mat. Standing splits. Here's where we get tricky. Bring that knee to the nose, lifting on up, working strongly through the standing leg. Stork pose. Shoulders down away from ears. We come into that twist, so twisting towards that lifted leg. Maybe looking out and around. Take another breath or 2 here. And slowly releasing. Beautiful. Take a little roll out through the shoulders. I'm going to come into a little bit of a balance here. We've got balance and maybe a little back bend as well. Let's come on in. So I'm going to lift the right leg up to start with. And we're going to come into a little bit of a twist. So set yourself up, lifting up through the right leg. Core is on. Draw the belly to spine. Coming into that same twist that we started with before. So left hand to right knee. You can stay here, or if you want a little bit more, you can try and reach for that right foot without hinging forward too much like I just did. We're going to push that foot out to the front if that works okay. Or you can come somewhere in between, or you can even have a strap if you've got one. Take another breath or 2 here. Option to release the arm out. Inhale to lift. Exhale, releasing with control. Take another breath or 2 here. So some days you might be able to reach for the toe and outstretch the leg. Other days it might just not happen. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale, release the hands to heart center. Take another breath or 2 here. Inhale, let's lift on up. Left leg lifts. Balancing here. Exhale to twist. Wobbles welcome. If you've got a wall there, feel free to use it if you need. I can see all my dirty fingerprints on my wall. Take another breath or 2 here. Beautiful. If you want that challenge, you can reach for the foot and push it on out. Maybe see how the 2 sides might be different here. Keep the body stacked over that standing foot. Make sure you're not hinging forward too much. Take another breath or 2 here. And slowly releasing. Beautiful. Take a little wiggle out through the legs here. Inhale, let's lift on up. Hands to heart center. Taking a breath or 2 here. Let's take one more round of those. Inhale, let's lift on up. Beautiful. Coming on in, take the twist. Beautiful. If you've got that option, reach for the foot. Core on here. Work the core. Slowly start to release. This time, rather than putting the foot all the way down on the floor, we're going to cross it over the opposite knee. Cross it over that standing leg. I'm going to take a little forward fold here, stretching into the glute of that bent leg. Hands to heart center. Take that little forward fold. You can start to bend through the standing leg a little bit as well. Inhale, let's lift on up and releasing. Take a little shake out through the ankles. Let's take the second side here. Inhale, let's lift on up, lifting left knee. Take that twist towards the left knee. Take a moment here, core is on. Now you've got that option reaching for the foot, if that's accessible. Stack the body tall over your standing leg. Slowly start to release. Then crossing the ankle over the knee, bring the hands to heart center. Take that little forward fold if that's accessible. Bending that standing leg a bit if you'd like. Inhale to lift and releasing. Give those ankles a little roll out, a little shake out. Inhale to lift, hands to heart center. Take another breath or 3 or 4 here. Inhale, lifting on up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, we take that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, we step on back. Coming on all the way down to our belly. So rolling forward. Release down to the mat. I think we might have done this one last week as well. We're going to do it again this week too. Bring the elbows to the outside. So cactus arm position here. I'm going to shuffle down to give myself a little bit more space. Cactus arm position here. And we have elbows directly out from your shoulders. Hands point straight up in the same direction as your head. From here, we're going to lift one elbow up. Pop it underneath where your pop the hand underneath where the elbow was. I'm going to go this side first and pushing into that hand that's replaced your elbow, opening out, just roll the body out to that side. Keep the other arm exactly where it is, getting a nice stretch through the front of your chest. If you've got the space, you can bend that top knee and bring the toes down to the floor. I don't quite have the space, but I can't quite get that far. And releasing, bring it onto the other side. So we'll change elbows or change sides. Bring the hand on down and replace lifting over to the other side. And slowly release that down. Pushing the hands into the mat, pushing it back. You may walk the feet or the knees slightly further forward. Sink the hips on down, coming into a child's pose. So little hip stretch, little hip opener here. Beautiful. Lifting on back up, walk the hands over to one side, taking a little side bend here. Keep the hips nice and level. Beautiful, bring it over to the other side. Beautiful, bring it on all the way up to all fours. Beautiful, and sliding the right knee forward, sinking on down onto that right hip. Lift the left leg up and around, and coming on up. I'm going to come into our half lord of the fish. So coming into this little twist position. And you can have the bottom leg stretched out if you can't keep both hip bones or both sides of your hips on the floor. Lifting on up through the right arm, take a hug of that left leg or hook the elbow over depending on how you're feeling. Beautiful, slowly releasing, stretching the legs out nice and long. And then we're going to come on to the other side. So crossing left leg around if you went there on the other side, and you can have that left leg stretched out in front if you think that's going to be better for you. Lifting the right leg up and over the top, keeping the hips on the floor here. So both sides of your hips on the floor, lifting on up. Give that knee a hug or hook it over. Coming on back to center, stretching the legs out nice and long, nice and controlled, and we're going to come on down to the mat. So keep it nice and controlled, lower down. Beautiful work. Once you arrive, we're going to come into a little inversion just for a moment or two. So we're just going to bring legs up the wall today, so nothing too crazy. You can have hands in behind your legs for a bit of support if you'd like. Use a wall if you've got one nearby, or just relax into this for a moment, using a bit of core engagement to help support the legs in the air. Slowly release the feet down to the floor. We're going to come into our fish pose, so popping the hands underneath your hips, if that feels okay, that is. And from here, we're going to bring the elbows in towards center. So the shoulders might move slightly, pushing the legs out long, elbows push into the floor, release the head back. Not too harsh though. If you find that doesn't work, you can keep your chin tucked slightly. As long as you're taking a little baby back bend here, really push the chin or push the chest up to the sky. Take another breath or two here. Slowly release it on down to the mat. Take a little windscreen wiper side to side. If you want, you can take a supine twist here. Hands coming on down to the mat. And we finish off our class today in our Shavasana. If there's any last positions that your body might be calling for, please feel free to take those. Otherwise, we take some deep breaths here. Slowly bringing a little bit of movement back into the fingers and toes. And then rolling over to your preferred side. Take another breath here. And then coming on up to a comfortable seat. Take a little roll through the shoulders, bring the hands to heart center. Bowing our head, thumbs to forehead, in gratitude to those who've shared the room with us today. Thank you for joining me this morning, guys. Have an absolutely amazing rest of your day, whatever you have on. If you've got any comments or questions, please let me know. Otherwise, have a great week, guys. Thank you.